Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this month's Infinit-I Client Success webinar. We're very glad you are able to join us here today as we talk about the new dashboard functionality that you have available in the system to take advantage of. Now, joining me on the call today, well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Craig Hart. I'm part of our events team. So if you've sat in on any of our webinars, you are familiar with my face and my voice. But joining me today are two people that some of you have probably not seen on camera before, Mandy Arnold and Jaleesa Johnson. They are both part of our client success unit. So some of you probably talk to them all the time, but there they are live and in person for us today. So welcome you two. Thank you for joining us today. And then also lurking on our chat function today is Mr. Justin Jantz. And Justin, you cannot see on camera, but he is in chat, and the easiest way to interact with him is on your menu, there is a chat button. So go ahead and open that up. This is going to be the easiest way for Mandy, Jaleesa, and I to take questions from our audience today. And we do want to make this a responsive event to the questions that you may have about the information that we are going to show. And I know sometimes you guys also have questions about things regarding the system that you just need an answer for. We can handle those too. So go ahead and fire up your chat. And at the very bottom, when you open that chat window, click on the button that says hosts and panelists and click on everyone. And when you put it on everyone, that way, if you have a question, everybody on the chat with us today can see that. And it's possible they may also have the same question. They just didn't know to ask it. So as a practice of using this chat function, go ahead and let us know who you are and where you are joining us from today. So we'd love to see you as we have a couple little moments here while and that is going on and folks are taking advantage of that. Awesome sauce. All right, so a couple things here just as a quick rundown. So this quarter, we have rolled out the quiz engine. Some of you sat in on our webinar that took place last month where we walked through the ability or the new tweaks that have come to the quiz functionality that make it a lot clearer for your people to be able to navigate through the quizzes, be able to go back and review the answers to the questions that they've already put an answer to, which they have not had before. Dashboards is new. Dashboards really is the ability for you to pull information out of the system because the function is only as good as the data that you can get out of it. I often say that, yes, we are a training company, but almost more importantly, for a trucking company's perspective, we are a documentation company. And yes, we have those great reports that I know some of you live and die by every single day. But then we also have this new dashboard functionality, which is, again, another easy way to pull information out of the system that you can then take advantage of and use with your organization. So, all right. So it looks like we might be having some issues with chat. No worries. We have the Q&A function. So let's go ahead and use that instead. The Q&A button is on your main page. We will then have a strongly worded discussion with the folks at Zoom about why chat is not working, but we appreciate you guys taking advantage of that as well. So before I go forward and turn the floor over to Jaleesa, just a couple of things. We did roll out user management in quarter 1. Group management got an overhaul in quarter 2, along with some notification enhancements. So quarter 3 is quiz engine and dashboards, and then soon to be will be media management. I'll go ahead and tease that just a little bit at the top of this call because I was given permission to do so by our IT director, Randy Mitchell. Media management is for those of you who have wanted the ability to upload your own training content. That's right. So those of you who have wanted the ability to upload it on your own and set up your own questions and things like that, that is imminent. So pay attention to your inboxes. We're going to have invites go out for the webinar where we roll that out very, very soon. So I don't have a specific date yet. I know it's going through testing and a pilot program with some select companies right now to make sure that it is bug-free, but it is coming very, very, very soon. So all righty here. So Jaleesa, I am going to turn the floor over to you and let you share your screen. Oh, and just unmute your microphone so everybody can hear your voice.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
So today I'm just going to show you all, I'm going to present the user dashboard with you all today. It's one of our first features that we will be launching. So with the user dashboard, the first feature of our user dashboard is typically a snapshot of your active users. This is a great tool to determine whether your user and or students are actively utilizing your site. Meaning this report shows data for the adjusted date ranges as pictured above. Including today. So you have this toolbar here to make those adjustments to the dates as above shown. You are able to make adjustments with this slider to the desired date ranges that you choose. Also, over here to the left-hand side, you have from those date ranges, you also have the active users. So this will show you the active users in the site. Down below, you have the amount of average users within this date range, as well as the activity for today. You also have the graphs above that are interactive. You can move your cursor over the graph and it shows you the date of a specific spike up or down, as well as the number of users for the specific day. This is a great tool to determine trends within your organization and or group. You can also see if most users or students typically log in on a specific day. So you do have this on this graph that shows you above as well. You also have the activity, which it pretty much shows you the data that is gathered as a user is logging in. It counts as an activity. As the user can log in multiple times a day, and that would consider one activity. If the user logs in multiple times a day to attempt or complete an assignment, it still only counts as one activity. So you would also see that information. You can run a report for that as well with this link down below, which will show for you the same information above.
I like that it's not going to double dip on activity. So if you have someone that logs in more than one time a day, it's only going to count them the one time and not count them, 6 times or a dozen times. Some of you out there probably seen some folks when they log in, they may be challenged by their login process and they might log in more than one time a day and it kind of skews things. But I like that the fact that we're only going to count it the one time. So
Yes. So that's just an overview of what your user dashboard will look like once you all get ready to log into the site.
And I like this too also for the active users by day. Some of you have very dynamic lists of people that are studying at any given time, but you want to know, okay, how many are actually in here? Did I actually get training out for a particular month? Or did I forget to get that assigned out to someone? Or hey, did we take over a new location and I didn't get them into the mix of people to get that training? So this is a great way to see this over time. Some of you, when you launch this for your organization, this is going to look like the Rocky Mountains. Especially if you've been with us for a long time and have a large group of folks in the system that are studying. This is probably not just going to be one flat straight line for you. It's going to be up and down. So which is great. That's the trend over time, which is what we're trying to show.
Yes, and you also have the ability to go under user management. This feature will also show in user management as well by clicking this tool here, and it shows that same information. It is accessible. So you do have that same information that provides as well. All righty.
All right. So anybody out there in TV land have any questions thus far and anything that Jaleesa has shown? It's pretty straightforward, just trying to give you that active view of what your user count looks like over time. And yeah, you can adjust that slider as you need it. If you just want the last 30 days or 90 days, or last 12 months, or last 18 months. It is certainly something that you could do. So fire off if you got a question in Q&A. Let us know. I know we've got a couple coming in there. And Alex is already answering about when the feature is going to be loaded. On the 11th of the month is when the dashboard will go live. So right here. So that is in 2 days. So awesome. Excellent. Okay, so are we ready for Mandy now to show us on the assignment side of things? Mandy, you want to go ahead and share your screen with us?
Yes. So thank you, Jaleesa. Just like Jaleesa stated, on the assignment dashboard, you are going to have the date range as well. Now, you're probably wondering what dates can you go through? Unfortunately, you cannot show anything on future dates with assignments because it's going to be everything that is actively out there assigned currently at this time. So nothing in the future is going to be actively assigned. So it's only going to allow us to do today's date or anything in the past, but you can as well with the slider bar, you can go through the calendars here and you can select your day. So if you want like in the past 90 days worth of information, you can look that up and you can see your past 90 days worth of information on your assignments. So with this assignment portion, the assignments right here, this number once it's collected, it's the actual total number of assignments made. So what that means is say you made it a monthly assignment and you assigned it out to 50 drivers. You may have one assignment listed on your assignment list, but it's going to actually count as 50 assignments because 50 people did receive that assignment. Right here is going to be the number of completed assignments, anything current, and anything overdue. This is going to be the graph that shows you that information as well. Down here, below the assignments is going to be completed assignments with the selected date range. So this is how many assignments were completed altogether. Now completed does mean that it could have been anything that was past due, current, so anything up to date or past due, that is what's going to be included in this number. Here's going to be your content. So your content is going to be how many items like videos and or PDFs that were within that assignment that was completed. And as well, it shows you your attempted on quizzes. And another good function is our graphs. They are able to go through and you can see what a good date range is when, are they completing the assignments at the end of the month, end of the quarter? Are they trying to jump in at the beginning of the quarter to complete these assignments? So you can get a good idea of when the drivers or users are out there getting into their assignments and trying to complete them. As well, we have the assignments that show for any activity for today. So we had one assignment completed, there was 6 contents, and there was 5 quizzes attempted today. So with this, we also have a way you can run your assignment reports where you can see the listings in the spreadsheet format. So let's go ahead and look at that. It does not keep the date that you had selected at the top. So keep in mind that you will have to go in here and adjust the dates for where you want that assignment. So if you wanted the past 90 days, you would need to do that as well. And it's just like our normal BI assignment reports. You can filter out anything in here you would like to filter out and you can run that report. And then we always have our scrub here that clears all the sections out. It does pop it up into a different window. So you are gonna have to make sure that you can open that window and then keep your graph here. It doesn't take anything down, any progress that you've looked at. And with this, we can't save this dashboard yet, but you can print it. So if you have this dashboard open and you just click on Control P, it's gonna give you an option to print that. And if you have an option to save to your computer, you can save that as well. But it's gonna give you all that information that you have here. If you need it somehow into a document, you can save that or print it as well.
I think that's very handy. Some of you, obviously having that circle at the top there, the donut, we'll call it, having that mostly blue and green is healthy. That is a training program where training is being completed, that is or has active assignments that are currently being worked on. versus that section that is red. We know that you often have to share information with other people in your organization about how the system is working, how the platform is going, what people are doing in that. And this is a great graphic representation that you can share with your executive team when they go, what are we doing? How's it working? What kind of activity are we getting in this platform? Are our drivers participating? You can then screenshot this, even put it in an email and go, hey, look, anything that's in blue is awesome. Some of you, when you pull up your reports for the first time, because you do training on a monthly basis, you're going to see all sorts of peaks and valleys on these two lower lines as well, because it's just going to be everything you do every month. Hey, I've got training, a bunch of it happens at the beginning of the month, some of it happens a little bit later, everybody gets it done, then they get their next training and there's another peak. That is all good activity to show, that is all healthy activity for your organization that shows people are getting in there and getting done what you're assigning them. So I love this. I think this is very handy. Now, my IT director has been on chat with us as well. There are some enhancements even coming to what we are showing you today. So there will be an update that will allow this to carry the date over. So if you set it up as 4/9 and then come down and click on that assignment status report button, it will auto populate the date that you were already playing with, so that you don't have to go back and do that again. So that is coming, and we are working on a printable version of this as well. Any of you who've spent any time on our platform, you know we are big fans of being able to export the information out of the system, whether it's assignment completion reports, user lists, and whatnot. So this is going to be an element that is like that as well. We're just trying to make sure that it works for as many people as possible. So we've got to play around with it on different browsers and things like that to make sure that it comes out in a format that is formatted correctly and has the right color scheme and so forth. So that is coming. So, but this is the initial wave of this that you guys will receive. So I think this is great. I mean, if I can put this in front of somebody and go, hey, I've got 56 complete and only 5 outstanding, that is an awesome completion rate. That's 91.8% completion rate. That is admirable. Everybody would want that. So
Yes, and just like with the user management, if you're out here in your assignments and you're looking at your assignments, you can as well pull up this dashboard underneath your assignments. So you would just click on this and it'll pull the same data for you. And we do have another thing that will be coming out in the near future is there's going to be a thumbnail next to each assignment name, and you could click on that and run the same report for each assignment. So you'll be able to get that report off of that particular assignment. So if you want to know how many people completed Q1 training, you can all just click on that, and there'll be a thumbnail here you'll be able to click on and pull the same exact report that we click on here just for that one particular assignment. Does anybody have any questions? You're muted.
I was just sharing with you the secret of life and you missed it. Sorry. No, I think we've managed to get all questions. I think we did have one question about older content, because we have had some folks that have been with us quite some time. This dashboard functionality does not go back prior to when you were migrated over to this new platform. So some of you who are new with us in the last year, you don't know what migrate means, but we had an older version of our platform and we moved our clients over to this newer version. So we still have that old data, but it has not been moved over to participate in the dashboard function. So basically the dashboard queues as far back as the date that you were migrated over to the platform. So I know that's not awesome, but the thumbnail will be great. Yes, Alicia, it will. I'm excited about that. So being able to share that, put that in front of your management team and have them just have a quick graphic representation of how good things are going is going to be awesome. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, when is the very first date that we can go back to? Is there an official date on that? Let me throw that to my IT manager. So, boom. Well, the easy answer is the earliest that you have data, but it's going to be the date that you all started in I3. So that's going to vary, because we did have some groups that were using the I3 platform, what we're looking at right now, back in January of 2019, and other folks did not get moved over to that until the end of 2020. So it's going to be from the date that you joined us. So Quiz engine. Sure, I could give you a quick summary of that. And we also have that webinar from last month recorded. We went in and revamped how drivers and other folks who are going through training view the quizzes so that it's easier for them to navigate through it. So for example, if they've got 5 quiz questions in the past, they picked an answer, they had to live with it. They couldn't go back and review it or change it, and now they can. And then we've also rearranged how it looks on the page so that people have a better understanding of when they're done with the quiz, how they exit out of that and get credit for the work that they have completed. So regarding the quiz, our drivers use the Infinit-I app for their assignments. When will that function roll out on the app? That is a great question for my IT manager who is lurking on the call with us, and hopefully he will have an update for us on that as well. I know that we do update our app pending the App Store update, so Apple Store update. So I don't know if we have a specific date for that. A question, Randy, was when will the quiz engine functionality roll into the app version? I'll give him a sec here so he can fire off an answer for me. So, but I am super excited about Media Manager for those of you who are very active when you're doing your own training, being able to, I mean, in the past, you've had to route that through our CS team, which is great. We still have a 24-hour window typically of getting that stuff done. But I know some of you are like, I got to get this out today, and now you'll have the ability to do that with Media Manager. All right, so Randy has an answer for us. The Android version of the app is already updated, and the Apple version will be updated this week. So, so for those folks that prefer the app, which I know is a lot of the drivers out there, that should be done here shortly. So awesome, awesome. All right, gang, well, let me share my screen with you again. That's just a couple other things we just want to hit on before we wrap up for the day. We've already started the question portion there. So a couple things that we just want to make available to those folks who are on the call with us today. We have what we call our Infinity Business Review. This is something that we can do with our clients where we kind of dig into the activity that you're doing in the system. We take a look at the content that you're assigning, your participation rate, and we want to make sure that your goals are aligned with what you're achieving with your training. And this is something we like to do every quarter as kind of your report card or your checkup. And that way we can course correct. If there's something that's not working, we can explore other options to make sure that people have a nice high participation rate for your group. There's no charge to do this. This is part of what's included in your contract with us already, but it is something that's voluntary. But if you would like us to set that up with you, let me go ahead and fire off my poll questions, and hopefully they will participate better today than the chat function did. If you would like us to reach out, have your CSR reach out to set up a quarterly business review, let us know. That's something that we would like to do because we want to make sure that we are aligned with what you're trying to achieve, whether it's lowering the number of accidents you have in a year, whether it's improving your CSA scores, whether it's making sure that the next time you find yourself in court, that you have a nice, healthy training record that shows that you are doing training on a regular, aggressive basis. Let us know. We want to make sure that you are prepared for all of those things. The other question that is on my polls that just popped up is bettertruckdrivingjobs.com. This is our sister company. They are offering a free year of job postings to anybody who is joining us on the call today. So if you would like more information about that, just go ahead and answer in the affirmative on that question as well. I'm a big fan of taking advantage of every weapon you can in this hiring climate right now. We are in a demographic trough. We have a very low number of people joining the workforce versus the number of people who are retiring out. That's going to persist for a couple of years, which means not only are drivers going to be hard to hire, which they already are, it's going to be hard to hire just about any position that you have. Mechanics, shop, dispatch, back office personnel. So this is a way to get the word out about your organization and just another opportunity to sell your organization to people out there looking for a job. So if you want more information about that, and then last but not least, if you'd like to be a guinea pig, we always like to pilot our new features with our clients. We like to give you access to it first so that you can break it in small groups before it goes live to our entire population. And if that was something that you would like to participate in, let us know. and we can get those details over to our IT team so they can reach out when we have new and cool stuff available so that you can participate in the process of making that as good as it can be. So we really appreciate your feedback when we do that. Some of you on this call may have even been pilots for the quiz engine and also this new functionality on dashboards as well. So we appreciate your help making that all it can be. Other than that, folks, if you have any questions for myself or for Jalissa and Amanda, um, I usually have a contact information slide there. I'm sorry, I don't have one today, but feel free to reach out to us. I'm craig.hart@verticalag.com. Jalissa is jalissa.johnson@verticalag.com, and then Mandy is amanda.arnold@verticalag.com. So if there's something that comes up after the call that you wanted to ask us, let us know. We're here to help you guys out, make sure that you understand the functions. If you want them to walk you through what the quiz engine looks like, they can do that as well. Other than that, Jalissa, Mandy, thank you so much for your time today. Justin, thank you on chat as well. We appreciate everybody out there in TV land joining us today. I just want you to know Kimberly Moore is excellent. We will let Kimberly Moore know that. Thank you, Kim, for sharing that. And the replay of this will also be available shortly as well. So if you want to share this with anybody else on your team that was not able to join us today, that they can certainly do so. We appreciate everybody out there, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.